Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the water cooler.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, man? It's your guy, Nick Frazier, and your guy, Marcus Fitzpatrick, man. We about to go ahead and get into it. It's Valentine's Day, so we ain't going to be on here long.
Got stuff to do.
It's true. We got stuff to do, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Are our expectations too high for this season coming up? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about it right after this. Water Cooler Talk Podcast coming up.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you see him or hear him, tell him who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, and we thank y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. As always, we appreciate your presence around here, man. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. Marcus, man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. It's Valentine's Day. You know, how you feeling? How you feeling over there?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Feeling great. Can't complain at all, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler tonight, man. As always, man. Hey, man, shout out to Mike G for coming on yesterday, man.
Yes,
Had a great conversation with Mike G yesterday, man. Thank y'all so much for checking that out, man. If you want to, go check out, if you haven't checked it out already, go check out that interview that we did with Mike G yesterday, man. It is up on the channel right now. So go check that out. Marcus, let's go ahead and get into it.
Yes, sir.
Bro, we got I've been reading a lot of Auburn stuff the past couple of days, man. A lot of stuff that came out previously, a lot of stuff that's coming out. Trying to understand exactly where should the expectations for Auburn be this year. Okay. Looking at it, basically saying you have some people, the over-under for Auburn this year is 6.5 games. You have some people who feel like, a lot of fans feel like 8-9 wins is what Auburn need to be. You have some people who are saying Auburn as a playoff team is not out of the realm of possibility. That's not overthinking it. Marcus, what say you? Are the expectations for Auburn too high? First off, let's define what your expectations are. Let's say the expectations for Auburn that we have are 8 wins. Is that too high for Coach Hugh Freeze and this team going into the 2025 season?
I think no, not at all. I think that would be the expectation for any third year coach at any, at any level, especially at a school like Auburn. So, and then he put the expectations on himself. He said this, by year 3, he should have had the program turned around. This is year 3. So the expectations is the expectations. 8 games, 9, 10, whatever. We should not have a losing season this year.
Okay, so let's temper the expectations then. So should the expectations be not having a losing season instead of just putting it on a particular game? Because technically 7 wins is not a losing season.
With his schedule being what his schedule is, he has to get at least 8 or 9.
Okay. So you saying the expectations that have been set by some people, because I think the lowest I've seen is 6.5 wins for Auburn. You saying that's doable?
Man, 6.5 wins should be a gimme with this roster.
With this roster, okay. I mean, we had a
with this roster and this schedule.
We had a pretty decent roster last year, and we had the first 5 games at home last year, and we still couldn't get 6 games.
I would say if Hugh Freeze hasn't matured from year 2 to year 3, what are we waiting on?
What do you mean by what are we waiting on? Are you saying we should just go ahead and cut the cord? Is that what you're saying?
Might as well. We just signed Durkin to an extension.
Savage. That's very savage of you.
If you got 3 years of the same result, I think we know who he is by that time. If that's the same, if he keeps producing the same result 3 years in a row.
So what are you expecting from him this season?
I'm expecting at least 8 or 9 wins. I think Hugh Freeze gets it together. I think the talent helps as well. And I think 8 or 9 wins this season.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think the expectations are kind of right where they need to be at. I think 6.5 wins. I don't know if that's too low. Like everybody's saying with this particular roster intact, the way that this roster is set up, 6.5 wins. We should easily get 6.5 wins. I mean, you could potentially go 4-0 the first 4 games of the season, potentially. So after that, you have 8 games left. Can we not get 2 games off of that? I'm just saying. But the thing is, excuse me. The thing is, could we potentially be what some people think? Like I was watching Josh Payton. Josh Payton put out was it yesterday? Yesterday he put out that there was something on his show. He was basically saying teams that could be a surprise. And I believe I think he had Florida State and I think he had Auburn on that list. And basically he was saying it is not out of the realm of possibility that Auburn should be a playoff team this year with what they have, which is how I've been thinking as well too. With what Auburn, with the way that this roster looks, with the way that this schedule is set up for Auburn, this should be the year that Auburn can potentially make the 12-team playoff. Especially with the way the playoffs ended last year, I don't think you see less than three SEC teams in the playoff this year. Maybe more than that this year in the playoff, because you had 3 last year. You had Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas. So I think you still have those 3 plus maybe you'll probably get one more. So if Auburn is sitting at 9-10 wins, and now you in the conversation of potentially saying who is the next team to get in, and Auburn's in at 9-10 wins, right there with a win over Georgia and maybe a win over Alabama or split those 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we right there. Now I ask you this question: If Auburn were to hit 9-10 wins, does your faith in Hugh Freeze increase?
Yes.
Really?
Definitely. That means he said what he said. He got his guys in. Hey,
okay.
If that's all he needed, because this year, It's no excuses for him this year, man. It's like I said previously. It's gonna be very rough on him if he can't produce.
I ask you this question. I ask you this then. What number do you have in mind to where Coach Hugh Freeze doesn't make it through the year or doesn't make it to a year 4?
What number?
Mm-hmm.
4 to 5 wins.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, what if he hits 6? That's making a bowl game.
6.
What if he hits 6 wins and then has a potential to win 7 with a bowl game? Does he do you have him? Do you have Coach Hugh Freeze staying after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think people will grow very patient and try to wait and see what next season holds. And then if it doesn't increase from that next season, he's going.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Let's take a look and see what the chat got to say, man. What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? I hope everything going good with y'all, man. Huggy is in here singing a song.
Huggy, what's up? My guy.
Himself, what's going on, man? He in here giving us all the lyrics to everything, man. We appreciate you, Huggy, the Huggy Beard himself. Expecting too much. Nah. He said he was this, that, and the third. He said he said less talent. Now there's talent. No more excuses. You heard me? We hear you.
No more excuses, bro. It's gonna get real rough out here.
Shout out to I got Auburn Dad, War Eagle.
Auburn in the building.
What's going on, man? I got JT. What's up, man? War
JT Eagle in the building. War Eagle and Bills Mafia.
Man, Auburn Dad said, man, no, I don't think he's expecting too much. If we want, what we want is a winning season of at least 8 games with good competent play calling and good play from the key positions. We should deserve this as much. We should deserve this much as fans. Agree, man. Agree. 21 cubes up to go. Yes, man. We are 21 subscribers away from 600, man. Help us out, man. Hit the share button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment, hit the notification bell so you know when we pop on, man. I got King Richard in the building, man. What's up, King Richard?
What's up, my guy?
Yes. The Huggy Beard himself is still with the last Mr. Biggs and Pimp C references, man. We appreciate you, man. My guy, Warrior to you as well. He said the headband back. Yeah, it is, man. Headband back. Headband. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Huggy Beard said, what's happening, fellas, man? What's happening with you, man? What's happening, man? I hope all is good with you, my guy, the Huggy Beard himself. He said, what you know good, Marcus?
Not much, man. Ain't that much. Valentine's Day, Huggy, what you got planned, man?
Yeah, man, it's Valentine's Day, man. We not gonna be on here long. We're trying to get in and get out because Marcus got plans tonight. I'll be by myself. My wife has to work, but it'll be all right. Expectations should always be high as an AU fan. Now that the talent is at an all-time high, there is no reason we shouldn't expect to be competing for an SEC title, playoff spot, or a national championship. Whoa, okay. So King Richard has introduced a new level in this thing. He's saying there's no reason we shouldn't expect to be competing for an SEC title, playoff spot, and national championship. Do you agree with that, Marcus?
8 or 9 wins, like you said, they put you in contention for a SEC championship, which will lead to an automatic playoff spot.
Wait. Hold on. You think 8 or 9 wins puts us in?
If you get 9, I think that should put you at the end of the season. That should put you right around that second spot if everything go right. Because you got to remember, it's not East and West no more. It's just top 2 teams. So
yeah, but still though, I mean, those 9 wins will have to be all conference championship games because you got 3 wins. You got 3 games that are 4 games that are non-conference. So basically, we sitting here saying that out of that 4, I mean, it's a 12-game schedule. So basically 8 of them 9 will have to be conference wins. So basically telling me lose to Baylor. So in worst case scenario, lose to Baylor, lose to South Alabama, lose to Ball State, lose to Mercer.
No, we can't lose all of them.
But win every conference game except 1. So basically, you'll be 7-1 in the conference. Is what you're telling me?
You could be.
I mean, you're right. I mean, because
Say you
technically
could be, but nah, that'll be a horrible situation, dog.
you're right. You're right. I mean, you got a point there because that would be, I mean, that would put you at one loss game in the conference, and you'll still be in the conference championship with those losses. So you got a point. I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from. Okay, all right. I mean, it is what it is, man. Yo, King, what's happening, partner, man? No, what up, big dog? He said, talent wise, this team has been turning around. Yeah, man. Everything that we've been hearing about this team coming out of the early workouts, coming into the season, the player-led workouts has been positive. But that's without the coaches being there as well, too. So this has just been player-led only stuff. From what we've been hearing and things and stuff like that. No coaches have been there. I'm not sure if coaches have been able to come in just yet and kind of like have a day or so with them out of the week or something like that. But so far, everything we've heard has just been player led stuff, and it seems as if everything's been going well for them. So hopefully, it can translate to when coaches and everybody gets together and everything can just continue can gel together. So off the subject, shout out to my baby girl. She is starting center field for Lot Middle School. Yes, what's up? Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. What's her number? What's up? What she middle in? You said center field, baseball. I mean softball.
Softball. Yeah, well, you gotta go get it.
Baseball. I meant to say softball. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Congratulations to her, man. Congratulations to her. If he hits only 6 wins, congratulations, Miss King. Yeah, yes. If he hits only 6 wins this season, that seat might be so hot he walks away on his own. Ooh. I ask you this question though. I ask you this because after this year, the buyout is gone in his contract. Buyout is gone after this year. Do you think? I mean, I'm gonna ask you this, and I want to get y'all thoughts about this in the chat as well too. Do you think Hugh Freeze voluntarily just leaves if this season doesn't go as planned? And the thing about it is, I don't know what his plan is for the season. I don't know if his plan for this season is to just get the 7 wins. I mean, our expectations compared to what the coach's expectations and the team expectations could potentially be different than what ours is. I mean, they potentially could see it as a progression year still. As fans, we're sitting out here saying we want to see, 9, 10, 11 wins. I don't think they are just trying to win 7 games this year, but technically 7 games would be a progression from the past 2 years. It'll be the first time he would have a winning record at Auburn as the head coach. So
it'll buy him some time, probably.
You think so? You think 7 wins will buy him some time at Auburn?
Probably. It depends on if he win the bowl game too. All I was saying is, if he wins 7, the following year, Durkin is gonna be his name gonna be ringing so much. They probably don't even end up liking each other at that point because soon as Hugh Freeze blow a game that he's supposed to win, he's gone. Durkin interim, and then that's how we're gonna rock.
Man, that's tough right there, man. That's tough. He said we need 6 SEC wins with winning all out. Okay, I get what you say. Are you there? Non-con. He's talking about the non-con games for the SEC championship. Yes, sir. He said Hugh may go the way of the Gus Bus did this past season. Just going back to OC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you this, and I want the chat to chime in on this as well. Do you think Coach Hugh Freeze has reached his peak as where he's good at? Like, I've always said that there are guys, in my opinion, that are better at just being coordinators. Like if they just focus on one area of the game instead of having the mindset of trying to be a CEO of the whole team. Do you think Coach Hugh Freeze is one of those guys that could just potentially just if he was just in charge of the offense and not having to worry about anything else, potentially you would see something different from this team or from a team that he was the OC of being better. What are your thoughts on that?
I think. I think. I
Let me
really.
let me rephrase it for you.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just
No. I want to put it like this. I want to put it like this. Has Coach Hugh Freeze hit his ceiling? Is he a better coordinator than he is a head coach?
he probably would be, but I say like we seen what he could do when he gets the guys he wants at Ole Miss, and he rolled his talent to at least 8 or 9 wins. Like you said, I think his ceiling is higher than what he. I think his ceiling is higher than 6 wins, bro.
As a head coach. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, no, you got a point. You're right because every year,
I think he could be a better OC, but I think his ceiling is higher than what we have seen.
yeah, you're right because every year he was at Ole Miss, he progressed. He progressed by 1 win every year. He went from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. And then, of course, his last season there, he went 5 and 7. He kind of regressed a little bit, a lot of it actually. And then, of course, we all know what happened there. But this is the thing, though. Man, I don't like talking about guys in their careers because we all have careers and we all don't want to be seen as peaking at an area where we all don't want to feel like we're failing. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you always want to at least succeed, but sometimes you got to understand when to throw that towel in and be like, yeah, it's not working for me. So I'm gonna ask, is he? You kind of okay. So do you think he's a better head coach than OC, or do you think he's a better OC than head coach? Because I don't know if you answered the question.
So I think he's a better OC than head coach. But I
Okay.
said I don't think we've seen his peak yet. I think this year should be considered what his peak is. Whatever he produces this year, this is what he should be judged off.
Okay.
There's no excuses at this point.
So this season is the season, is what you're telling. This is the season that's going to tell us exactly what Auburn's going to look like for the next, I don't know, 3 years.
Yep. If he stays.
Okay. All right. I can't doubt that, man. JW come here, man. Shout out to JW. He said yes, he has reached his peak. He said he has reached his peak. Auburn Dad said, with the way football is nowadays, it's way easier to be an OC, offensive coordinator, or a defensive coordinator.
Yep, I agree. That's what I said.
You see a lot of guys doing it. Gus Malzahn did it. Chip Kelly did it. So it's easy to see. He said, great recruiter, not so great of a play caller. Hey, I believe he would be a great CEO head coach. Maybe if his offensive scheme has seen its better days, and he should go hire an OC that is proven in the Power 14. We kind of had that conversation at one point in time.
Yeah.
We had that conversation at one point in time about should he consider just going and hiring a guy that's just
a big name.
Yeah, that's primary play calling abilities. It doesn't have to worry about.
Let me chill out.
Say what?
I said I'm already giving Durkin the job. Let me chill out. I said that's what they're gonna do for Durkin.
Of course, if that were to happen, that would happen. I agree with you there. Not from Baylor or Arkansas State or etc. Ooh, okay, man. If you can't win 8 games with this roster, he's done. Man, it seems like the number is 8, man. It seems like the number is 8.
At the minimum, bro. Like for Auburn fans to be satisfied and really like encouraged, at the minimum is 8.
But this is the thing, though. We really don't matter. To be honest with you, just be real with it. Like, what checks are we writing? I mean, we buy tickets to the game.
But that's why I said if he wins a bowl game, or he wins 6 to 7 games, and like you said, go to a bowl game and win, he probably will go into next season as the head coach. But I'm saying that following year, Durkin name will be ringing so loud because the Auburn fan base. Trust me, Auburn fan base do make noise, and they do encourage boosters sometimes.
All right, so okay. So you just said the fan base do encourage boosters. Do you think the noise would be loud enough if the season goes bad that a change will be made this year if the season if 7 games, if he hit 7 games, do you think the noise would be loud enough for the boosters to be like, all right, we got to do something different?
No, the boosters be chilling at 7. The boosters gonna be like, all right, he got a great recruiting class. Let's see what he gonna do next year with this great recruiting class that he pulling in. Let's, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna be like, man, I don't see it.
But this is the thing, though. I don't think the recruiting class is gonna come together like you think it is if he only wins 7 games.
That's a great point, Nick.
What cushion does he have at that point?
If he loses the recruiting class, it's gonna be real tough.
It's gonna be harder for him to.
Well, if he loses the recruit, because that's the only thing that we excited about at this point. If he only wins 7 games, so if he loses the recruiting class, it's gonna get real bad.
Man, bro, this should, like, at year 3, this should not be the conversation that we're having at year 3 about how pivotal this season is for the head coach who was just hired literally 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. Like, this is I don't like this, bro. I don't like this.
My personal opinion is I think for any coach, year 3 is pivotal. Because by this time you should have your guys in, and you know.
But this is more. But this feels different though, because even so
it is different because now it's different in the fact now, Nick, you can overhaul rosters now as a head coach in college. Like you said, about the last roster, it wasn't hardly nobody. It's only 1 or 2 people from Harsin that was on that roster.
There's one guy from Harsin that was
exactly. So you get the overhaul rosters, like you go get transfer portal pieces. You get to go, you know what I'm saying? You recruiting, people transferring in and out left and right. So you get to overhaul the whole roster real smooth. So now by year 3 as a coach, now you should have the piece, especially the starting pieces that you need to compete. In years past, you had to, you know what I'm saying, maybe get a transfer here and there and wait on your talent that you recruited to develop. So year 3, you know what I'm saying, was pivotal, but it wasn't as life or death as it is now with this NIL and transfer portal being.
Yeah, year three is still the same to me. I mean, the thing about it is you should still, even with the transfer portal and the NIL era, this still should be a year where we're talking about, all right, the conversation we're having should be the same, but
we should be encouraged.
The gravity around it should be different. Like right now, we're sitting here saying, all right, we should be winning 8 games. We should be winning 8 games and potentially should be in a playoff spot because of what this talent on this team looks like. But we're saying it from the fact of the matter of, like, if it doesn't happen, could we potentially be in another coaching search by the end of the season? Instead of saying, look, year 1 was the year 1. Year 2, we saw improvement. And then now we're in year 3 and we're like, all right, we're ready to ascend and get into that echelon of being perennial contenders in the SEC for championships and perennial playoff contenders right now. And then seeing that progression, and then now looking at it when we get to year 4, year 5, like now we're ready to take that step to where now we are in the national championship conversation. This is like you go to the casino and you lose all your money, but you only got like $40 in chips left, and you like, man, you know what? I'm gonna put $40 in chip. I'm gonna put it on black 3, and if it hit, I win. If it don't hit, I gotta go. This is what it feels like. This is exactly what this season feels like to me.
I would agree, and I'd take it a step further. It feels like that on top of you've been losing all night before you played that $40. And you're not really excited about playing that 40 because you know it might go the wrong way.
Exactly.
That's what we feel like as a fan base. You're not encouraged going into to the next season only because you know the only thing that you're encouraged about is you know that we have a roster to compete.
That's it.
You just scared that is your coach gonna use it correctly. You just like, man, if you keep saying everybody keeps saying if it's always an if in front of something instead of saying yeah we're gonna do it. That's why it's just you gotta I'm waiting to see, man.
Yeah, because if you look at other teams in the conference, you look at Georgia. Georgia lost a lot, is losing a lot on defense. They're about to break in a quarterback, but there's nobody in college football that's saying, man, what if Georgia? They basically still have Georgia ranked in one of the top. And even with Texas,
the teams who win, it's a certainty. It's a certainty at a certain point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like with us, you still like you got a winning roster.
Yeah.
It's like if my coach can use it right, if my coach do game management right, if he can get some running right, or if he can get red zone efficiency, if the only thing that you could put on the talent of the team is if we limit turnovers by fumbling the football or quarterback IQ situation.
Very true. Very true.
That's the only thing you can put on the team. But outside of that, we were told Jackson Arnold is a better quarterback than Payne Thorne. We know that he has.
We were told by the coaching staff that they felt that they could use Jackson Arnold better than what he did at Oklahoma last year. They felt like they could use him better in this system, and that he was more equipped for this system, and that he was being misused at Oklahoma last year, and that he should thrive in this system. That's what we were told. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a weird feeling to have, man. That's all I'm saying. This is just a very weird feeling to have going into year 3 when you really haven't seen any much progress or anything, to be honest with you.
You nervous for real. Because as a Auburn fan, you like, bro, this is our
PTSD.
As an Auburn fan, you like this is supposed to be a year for us. We supposed to be excited this year. Yeah. But then you like, man, he might blow it.
Who you telling, bro? It's that Auburn PTSD. That's what I call it. Let's take a look at these comments before we get up out of here, man. King Richard said, man, I say 8 because the talent alone, should get us 7 wins. The 7th
in that juice.
Yeah, he is, man. He said if the 7 is not with bowl games, if the 7th win is not with bowl games, so basically you're saying why to win 7 to get 8 with the bowl game. I think that's what you're saying. He said year 3 was Billy Napier. I'm hoping that Coach Hugh Freeze has a Billy Napier year type 3 season where he just proves everybody wrong. I'm hoping that's what it is. Like, if you start off bad down the stretch, you start showing progression and start showing proof on the field of what the offense can look like. I'm hoping we get that all season, not just I'm hoping, man.
Man, listen, the Auburn faithful told you. The Auburn faithful in the group chat told you they are giving him Baylor game. Baylor game is the first game of the season.
First game of the season, man.
They gonna crucify him if he screw up this first game. So
first game of the season, man.
Let's let you know where our heart at.
Jesus Christ, man. If things had gone a little different last year, we would have had a winning season. I don't believe we would be on his case as hard if we are. No, we wouldn't be. Yeah. We wouldn't be, because you would have looked at it, you would have been like, all right, like I said, I think we said this before. We said that there were at least 3 to 4 games last year that Auburn could have won that they lost last year. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Cal. Those 4 right there could have been 4 extra wins that Auburn could have had that they lost that they could have won. Just being real. Just being honest with you. And if you win those games and you won 5 games, that's a 9-win season. It's a 9-win season. I don't know, man. King Richard come back to the man said, hate to say it, but the excitement about next year is all about talent in the defensive.
King Richard, chill out, dude.
Said hold my
juice tonight. He
Said
just
whole
spent
mouth
some
right
juice.
there.
He just spent some juice tonight.
Said Jackson Arnold will either save or put the nail in the coffin for Coach Hugh Freeze's future. Man.
And there it is.
There it is. I think that's a good coming to end the show on right there. I think that's a good coming.
And if he attaches himself to him, that lets you know that he's desperate.
Very much so. Very much so. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want Auburn to be successful this year. We just want Auburn to be good. We want Auburn to be great. We want Auburn to be ecstatic. We want to be ecstatic about Auburn football this year. I feel like it's a possibility that could happen. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And think about this, because we may talk about this next week. Let's say Coach Hugh Freeze goes out and wins 10 games. Okay. Let's say Coach Hugh Freeze goes out and makes a playoff spot. Let's say they get to the first round of the playoffs, and let's say Auburn hosts a playoff game on campus, and Auburn wins that game. Let's say this. Let's say Auburn gets to the next round and loses. Let's also say after that, Coach Hugh Freeze gets a 5-year extension worth about $48 to $50 million with a nice little buyout. Because as we all know, the buyout ends after this year in his current contract. And then let's just say we regress back the next 2 seasons, and we owe him $29-30 million buyout.
You doing too much tonight, bro. It's Valentine's Day.
Let's just say.
I ain't saying all that. I'm not. I'm not.
Maybe in the words of Michael Jordan, maybe I'm destroying the game. Or maybe
I'm not even gonna think that way.
Just making excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. As always, man. Take a look at these last comments before we get up out of here, man. The Huggy Bear himself, man. He said he's been running errands the whole show, man. Huggy, we appreciate you, man. We know you be rocking with him, man. I got Terrence. Is that Spradley? That's an R. Yeah, Terrence Spradley. Really don't think shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to you, Terrence, man. He said, really don't think Hugh Freeze will get fired if they win 7 games.
Nah, I think he goes into the following season. But like I said, that following season, you're gonna start hearing the call for Durkin from the Auburn faithful so loud to the point that if he loses a big game that he doesn't supposed to lose, he might not get rid. He might not come home on the bus, bro. He might not even make it home on the bus.
Man, is he Gus? He might be with that extension, because they definitely gave Gus a 7-year extension. Like I said, 10-2, 1-1 against Bama and UGA, and at least a New Year's 6. They have to win it, and if they don't make the playoffs, agree, man. Marcus, man, what you got to say to people before we get up out of here, boss, man?
Man, y'all be safe, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Don't be doing too much. But I'm about to go do too much. So just these. So y'all be safe.
Hey man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. On Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. On Twitter at CoolersPod23, and of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube. So you know we post more videos when we go live, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, as always, man. And before we get up out of here, man, we thank y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. As always, bruh. Thank y'all so much for always coming around the water cooler with us and giving us a little bit of your time, man. We appreciate y'all so much for that. As always, man. Let's get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Valentine's Day, man. Y'all have a great one. As always, before we get up out of here, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all be blessed, man. And as always, one love. And guess what? We out this mug. Holla.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.